What's up, everybody? It's Zach, the Celtics guy here. I'm back with another video, and I wanted to discuss another foreign relations affair and another geopolitical issue going on in the world. It is relatable to an issue that I have discussed on this channel before, but this one issue that I want to discuss today is something that I read in a few articles that I'm going to link, or at least link as many as I can find with regards to this issue, about the hypocrisy that the U.S. government has with regards to Latin America and the Caribbean in general, but mainly this video is going to focus primarily on the country of Bolivia in Latin America, Latin America, South America. Well, it's in the continent of South America, but you get the point. So, with regards to Bolivia, Bolivia is a landlocked country in South America. It's a landlocked country, landlocked between Chile, Argentina, and Brazil, if I remember correctly. And it is a country that the U.S. has meddled in the affairs of multiple times, particularly with regards to the one leader who ran the South American country, who I thought was actually a very successful leader. Did he have his faults? Yes, just like any other political leader that there is. Evo Morales of Bolivia was the first indigenous president to ever run Bolivia. He was elected in 2005 at the time of the height of the Iraq War in the U.S. Evo Morales was known for calling George W. Bush a terrorist, and rightfully so, because George W. Bush is a fucking war criminal, warmongering, foaming at the mouth, neocon, piece of shit. Bloodthirsty war criminals should be in fucking prison. Fuck the Bush family just in general. And Evo Morales called this guy out. He called Bush out, said Bush is a terrorist. He's led rallies with Hugo Chavez and other progressive leaders in the region. You know, other leaders that, of course, the U.S. doesn't like, because these leaders are not puppets of the U.S. So if they're not puppets of the U.S., we don't like them because they're independent. We didn't like Evo Morales because Evo Morales is independent. So Evo Morales being an independent leader and a progressive leader, and yes, dare I say, he was, somewhat of a socialist. Who gives a shit? Of course, we don't like the dirty word socialism. So that probably was one of the many reasons we tried to undermine him. And when Obama got elected, after the disastrous years of Bush, he tried to improve things with Obama and whatnot, but then, of course, Obama continued some of his warmongering policies, despite the fact, Obama was a halfway decent guy and whatnot. I didn't really have many problems with him, aside from some issues, but that's a whole nother story. The whole Evo Morales plane incident over the Edward Snowden affair during the Obama administration was one of the worst things he did. Evo Morales has called out Obama putting sanctions on Venezuela over stupid bullshit geopolitical nonsense. Evo Morales called it out. Other South American leaders have called it out. We also didn't like Evo Morales because Evo Morales was allies with Cuba, Iran, Venezuela, other countries we didn't like, Russia, China, whoever. And so Evo Morales was able to, he was a very successful leader in a lot of ways. He had a lot of successful social programs, cut poverty. He was good in a lot of ways. He was like a Lula da Silva in Brazil type figure, basically. Kind of like the Bernie Sanders of our time, if that makes any sense. But I am not beholden to any, political way of thinking, either way, other than being center or left, but whatever. So then, what do we get to in this situation? We get to Evo Morales getting overthrown in a coup during the disastrous years of Donald Trump. 4 disastrous years of Donald Trump. And of course, Trump was a hypocrite with regards to this, because he called for the coup against Evo Morales. Evo Morales was overthrown in Bolivia in a coup. And of course, Trump and the Republicans all fucking backed it. Not to say that Joe Biden wasn't involved in this, because he was involved in this too. Even Obama was trying to undermine him. All the neocons and neoliberals were trying to undermine Evo Morales. Our other puppet dictators and our other puppet ally dictators in the region, like the fascist bigot Jair Bolsonaro. The guy that says gays shouldn't be allowed to marry, gays shouldn't be allowed to have kids, and I'd rather have a dead son than a gay son. Afro-Brazilians are scum, Haitians are bad people, and all kinds of racist, bigoted bullshit across the board. So yeah, there's a variety of different things. So we back that guy. We back the right-wing leader we back the right-wing leader in Colombia. We back the right-wing dictator, not really a dictator, but a right-wing semi-authoritarian leader, Ivan Marquez, who is a right-wing neocon, and we back that guy. So what do we do with regards to this? When Evo Morales got overthrown in the 2019 coup, or I believe it was 2019, yeah, it was 2019, there was this woman that was responsible for overthrowing him. Her name, and she was a bad person. Like, this woman was a piece of shit. This woman was a fascist. This woman was a fucking neocon piece of shit who was responsible for overthrowing Evo Morales to install her own version of a right-wing dictatorship, kind of like what Jair Bolsonaro has in Brazil at this present time. So Janine Anez, that's her name. She got in, and she was a right-wing authoritarian. She was locking up critics of her and supporters of Evo Morales. A little funny, So, a right-wing dictator persecuting left-wing opponents. Where is the Party of Freedom, aka the Republicans, and the Party of Freedom and Democracy? Where's that? Well, where are those leaders? Where are the leaders that call for freedom and democracy? Where are those people? Nowhere to be fucking found. Oh yeah, that's right, they're sucking off this leader. Why? Because this leader is a fucking right-wing puppet of this country. Probably was a CIA puppet. I wouldn't be surprised if the CIA overthrew Evo Morales to put this piece of shit in power. But who knows? Anything's possible. So this piece of shit was locking up Evo Morales supporters, leftists, and everything else. So here's the thing. When there's authoritarianism, there's a lot of authoritarianism on the left in Latin America, no question about it. But when there's authoritarianism on the right, there most certainly is, you don't give a fuck about it because you don't like the left and you like the right. That's the problem with the neocons like Trump and the Bushes and even the neoliberals like Joe Biden. So, with regards to this, and there was actually reports of massacres that have occurred during protests against Janine Anez in the early stages of her presidency. 36 anti-government protesters were killed by Bolivian security forces. Got nothing to say because she's a fucking puppet, so quiet, got nothing to say. Jair Bolsonaro is a fascist bigot and a borderline racist. Oh no, got nothing to say about him while he's destroying the Amazon rainforest. Got nothing to say. Nicolas Maduro does something. Cuba, something happens in Cuba. Sanctions, you're the worst leader, you're the worst dictatorship ever, you're a state-sponsored terrorist, and all this other bullshit. So, with regards to that, this scumbag got overthrown as well. So Janine Anez got overthrown eventually. She was in office for almost a year, November 12th, 2019 to November 8th of 2020. She got overthrown. So she ended up getting overthrown. So now there is a new leader in Bolivia now, Luis Arce. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Arce. So Luis Arce. He's like he's kind of like a leftist style figure like Evo Morales. But Evo Morales is not in power anymore. He served his time, so he did his time, so he's moved on with his life. So much for him being a dictator, right? Evo Morales ain't in power anymore. He could have went and tried to overthrow her back again, but he didn't. He moved on because he's a secular leader. So what happened? So the Bolivian democracy that the U.S. has been trying to undermine, Luis Arce comes in, and he's president. So now he's president. So what happened? Janine Áñez was arrested and charged with criminal offenses, including probably murder and manslaughter, related to massacres that took place during her presidency. So what happened? The U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, called for her release. And what did Bolivia do? The Arce administration stated the U.S. was interfering in Bolivia's internal affairs. That's exactly right. So Sleepy Joe and his incompetent Secretary of State, who's a fucking neoliberal, is now calling for a fascist, right-wing authoritarian murderer to be released. Unfucking real. This is a new low, even for the military-industrial complex, even for imperialist regimes like Biden's. This is a new low. This is a new style of U.S. intervention in Latin America. Like this is taking U.S. intervention in Latin America to a whole new level. We did it in Cuba. Marco Rubio, who is a fucking hypocritical, warmongering, neocon, bloodthirsty war criminal who's never met a war he didn't love. He's also a murdering fucking clown who's advocated for war time and time again, and he's also an extreme homophobic bigot who claims that these regimes are bad, but these regimes are authoritarian. But me, it's okay for me to be authoritarian and be against LGBT rights, but that's okay, because I don't like the gays. So, this is taking U.S. This is imperialism on a whole new level. So Joe Biden is being even more of a warmonger with regards to this. Here's my question. Where the fuck were you, and where was Donald Trump when this woman was locking up opponents of Evo Morales? Where were you in all of this? Where were you when she was imposing draconian measures during COVID-19? Such as, Bolivians can't even leave their fucking houses without like medical cards and food cards and shit like that. Where were you when this piece of shit was doing all of this stuff? Oh yeah, that's right, you had nothing to say because it's a leader you like. But now it's a leftist leader that you don't like. That is an ally of Evo Morales, is a different leader, but he has the same style. So of course we don't like it. So because we don't like it, now we're going to sit there and bitch and go against them and then call for our former leader's release that we propped up and we backed. Even though she murdered people and committed crimes against humanity. This is why the U.S. is the laughingstock of the world, and this is why many countries around the world, especially in Latin America, do not take the U.S.'s style of approach to foreign policy seriously. Because when they see shit like this, they shouldn't take it seriously. And I, as an American citizen, American born and raised, do not take it seriously either. Because I am sick and fucking tired of the U.S. government's bullshit, hypocrisy, and imperialism in this region. Because we think that Latin America is our backyard, and we think that these countries like Bolivia, Venezuela, Cuba, and Chile, and all these other places, Uruguay too probably, all these places, we think that they are our pawns that we can play with because they're in our backyard. No. They are independent countries. They are independent people with independent styles of government. Leave those people alone, and I, as an American, stand with them, and I say, leave those people alone, leave Bolivia alone, leave Venezuela alone, leave Cuba alone, and leave all these people alone. Don't we have enough to do here at home? Don't we have enough to do here at home? Besides calling for the release of a fascist murderer? By the way, the same thing would happen. Say hypothetically, Jair Bolsonaro gets defeated in Brazil's elections in 2023. If he got locked up for his crimes, you don't think for a second that Joe Biden wouldn't be calling for his release if another leader that we didn't like, who was like a lefty, took over. Oh no, we wouldn't be saying, oh no, we would be calling for his release too. Even though Joe Biden has gone against Jair Bolsonaro, to the surprise of a lot of people actually. So, what is this? So, Joe Biden probably wouldn't remember because Joe Biden fucking doesn't remember. I'm surprised the guy even knows how to, I'm surprised the guy even remembers how to breathe half the time. What is a Bolivia? Excuse me, oh my God, fucking ridiculous. No, leave those fucking people alone. I'm sick and tired of this bullshit. And I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna expose the military-industrial complex and our government's bullshit at every step of the way. YouTube, Facebook, you name it. Because I'm not gonna sit back and take it. I'm not gonna sit back and take it where our country goes around and fucks around with other people's lives abroad. I don't like it, and I'm not gonna stand for it being in my name. Leave those people alone. Those countries are independent, and even if they are authoritarian, which by the way Bolivia's not, but even like Venezuela or whatever, they're independent. Leave them alone. Case closed. Leave those fucking people alone. U.S. out of Latin America, hands off of Latin America. Period. And lift the fucking embargo, Biden. Bunch of fucking hypocrites. I'm going to call all of you out, every single one of you politicians, Democrat, Republican. This is why I do not affiliate with either side of the two-party bullshit system in this country, because it's all a bunch of dog shit. You see what happened? You think Biden is a step up from Trump? Fuck no. Trump would be doing the same thing. Biden's doing the same thing. The status quo continues, unfortunately, but it's okay, because I will be out here and I will be exposing this shit at every turn. And I don't care if anyone tries to censor me or try to say it. I don't care. But the truth will set you free. And this is the truth. And this is the information. And this is the information you will never get from our media. Never. That is why I believe in my patriotic duty as an American, that I will expose this bullshit. Dissent is the greatest form of patriotism. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I know I got a little fired up on this one. But hope you all enjoyed, and I'll be back with more videos soon and a whole bunch of other stuff in the works. Stay tuned to find out more and more videos on the way, and I'll be back with more, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace, have a nice day or night, and I'll be back with more soon and more content in the works and a whole bunch of other stuff and videos going forward. This is Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Have a good day or night. And fuck U.S. imperialism, fuck the military-industrial complex, and fuck these politicians. Fucking hypocrites. Peace out.